I don't usually do this. Stream while gaming, and the reason why is because people will take advantage of it. Um, this guy, oh, this guy's thinking this is going to be a great idea, eh? Okay, let's see. Where is he? Where could he possibly be? Ah, I see him. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Hmm. It's so evil, I know. But you have to let them know who you're dealing with. It's just not going to sink in. If you're watching this, get in and kick my ass. This is evil, I know. Just sitting here, waiting. Waiting. Maybe I could up the handicap and come way back here and I can shoot them from afar, like way over here. Somehow it's not going to be that big a deal. I mean, it's not really going to make it even, but I also got counter intel on me, so if they kill me, then, and some of my guys are around, which they aren't, then they'll get shown up. But see, the way you do this one is you have the numbers, and it looks like you're getting 3 guys together here. Either 2 guys off the other side of the map. The way to read this is there's 3 guys here, or there's 6 guys, because I don't know if there's another white guy in. See, I've got it color coded. I always color code it so that the team I'm on is always white and everybody else is colored. That makes it so that I can tell who's there, but if it's white, then I know it's my team. I could say black, but it's harder. It's harder to spot black people. I mean, not black people, but black icons on the screen. It's a lot easier to spot white icons. So, if it was easier to spot black icons on the screen, then I would pick black. But I use white, and it isn't a racist thing. It's just, you know. Anyhow, it's a matter of preference. If what I should do is make it pink, and then that way it won't be racist, you know. So it's just like that guy who was at not necessarily the 9 o'clock news. It was Rowan Atkinson, and he plays this bit where he plays a guy that wants to be the president, and he wants to change the White House into the pink house because it's too racist. So he makes it the pink house, you know, and really funny. Rowan's a really original dude. I like him. One of the most original comics Him and Steve Martin, man, if those guys got together, would be in trouble. They go right up there with the Pythons. Real original thinkers. Okay, this guy thinks that because he's a sniper, it will be a little bit easier. Yeah. Now he's gone. Okay. Now I have to resituate myself. He's died, he's dying, and he's like hanging on for dear life. He wants to figure out where the heck I'm at. I'll go over here, up on this side, and he's going to get a dark light out, so I have to counteract that. I'll just sit out here. I won't even bother. Oh, I'll sit down here. That's a good idea. The up. Looking up at them. So he'll bring a dark light this time because he knows that I've got Sensor Shield 5. He's a level 99. He's going to have to bring a dark light because he knows that without a dark light, there's no way he's going to be able to see me. Thought I saw him. Yeah, I did. Yeah. There you go. This is... But the other thing I could do is I could, like, go out here, stick one of these here. Put that. Then I could see him coming in. Unless he really thinks of things and to... See, now our entire troop is here, so he's not really having much success. See, on top of that, what he would need is he needed Sensor Shield 5. Counterintelligence would help because he has enough of his buddies around, so if I shot him, they'd know where I'm at, and then I'd be running all over the place. That would be really good. But see, he's throwing up a beacon, and now I know where he is, but he's not paying attention to the fact that I've got a Sensor Shield 5. So it's not going to help him find me. It's just going to help him find the other guys. Now what I'm going to do is once he starts it up, if he gets in behind, I'm going to throw an EMP. Then I'm going to go over there and disarm it while he's trying to skedaddle, because now he's got half health. And if he hangs around and I see him, he's dead. He doesn't have any chance. That's the reason why you want to EMP directly after they set the generator. And now he moves he moves it to the other side, maybe to tell me that he's not coming from that end, maybe, or maybe that's the end he's coming from. I could just as well throw an EMP over there and take it out, but I'll let him think that somehow that means something. See what's going on over here. He took it out because he's gone. He's no longer in the hex. Our team's already working on the next flag, it looks like. Maybe because the shield gens are going down. Gotta get both shield gens, right? Is that to get to A? Is that the idea here? Or is that just for the, Oh, that's for the, do they have a... No. That must be to get into A. That must be what that's for. This map's crazy. Yeah. My 6 minute, oh, is it still good? No. This is a 6 minute motion beacon, level 5. If there's anything, I think it's within 5 meters of that, like if you're a maximum of this far, I think. But if you're in this area, you get auto spotted by that sucker. That's what a level 5 one does. It just auto spots you while you're in here. It doesn't. So if I put that thing down and somebody has one of those things that show you what your health bar is, you'll automatically get spotted in the viewfinder, and the snipers know where to look and shoot. You know, it doesn't matter if there's smoke or anything there. That thing there is going to auto spot people that are within that area, and so that's one reason to get a level 5. I don't know what the darts get you when you fully um, upgrade them. I can go and check that out. We can do it. Go and look on infantry here. Let me first cloak myself because I don't want to give the enemy an advantage here. So I'll go to the infantry, and you can get access to anything that's at one of those terminals from the settings area. So let's go and look at infiltrator, and what is it? It's the motion beacon. Where is that? Oh, it's down there. I see. Motion spotter. Recon. Improves sensor dart scanning rate by a total of 1.25 seconds. It extends the range to 50 meters. Extends each dart's lifespan to 45 seconds. Whoops. And increases ammo capacity by a total of 3. So there's like 4, I guess. Oh, yeah. It increases that. And that's what you get whenever you fully extend. It's always that last upgrade gets you something extra. If you look at the previous one, which I can't show, it will say something like the ammo capacity isn't increased. It'll just, that'll be the special here is while deployed shares locations of enemy infantry within 50 meters every 1.5 seconds. Infiltrator also receives live movement updates of enemies within 20 meters. So that's the auto spotter. Actually, I guess it doesn't auto spot. It just does a live movement update, so you can actually see them moving around within 20 meters. So I was wrong. Lasts 240 seconds, 6 minutes. 5 can be carried, and this is what I run with all the time. This would get you a faster scanning rate for 50 meters, and so you get it cover a larger area, but you'd have to be like right on top of it, like looking down, and to really get an advantage there. So like if you're up in a good example is what is it, the hunters, what's it's on Hazen, and you're up high in the trees, and so you shoot a bunch of these little darts all over the place, and each one's lasting 45 seconds. And the people don't understand this, but you can kill the dart. If they see the little dot on the wall, they can shoot it and take it out. So it's best, say on Hazen, whenever you're shooting down, you're shooting into water, they're not going to see the dot. So there's a big advantage to having the recon detection device for something like that. I mean, each tool has its benefits and its downsides. The downsides to the recon detection device is that nobody's going to see like over a large area unless there's a lot of people there. Then they're going to see the enemy. That's where it would be beneficial to have that detection device. But usually whenever people are using it a lot, it's because they haven't upgraded it. They've left it at the lower where the darts don't last all that long. So you want to fully upgrade all of your support stuff like this. I mean, if you look through all my characters, I can go to practically anything in here. It's fully maxed, like the ambusher jump jets. 6-second cooldown between uses. And I've got a flight suit, Integrated storage cells increase maximum fuel by 40% for most jump jet types, and Busher jump jet generates fuel 20% faster. So, I guess it increases the speed, so maybe it drops it down to about 5 seconds per jump or something like that. But I'm just jumping crazily fast. Not fast enough that I can get away from somebody's fire, but fast enough to surprise some tanks, because they'll be like, "Oh, well, what are you going to do now? Oh crap! He just jumped again." You know, it's like give me 5 seconds and I'll jump again, and they don't like that. They don't like to see guys with fully maxed out stuff. None of the pros will like to see you maxing out anything like that. I max out everything in all my classes. I'll give you another example. Let's go to vehicles. Did I really max out? Yeah, I don't know. The only thing that isn't really maxed out is my air, because I don't really do a whole lot of air, so my Liberator is pretty much dud. You know, my Mosquito's maxed out a little bit. He's got the high capacity fuel tanks, and the reason for that is because I want to, once I get in one of these things, I have no intent of landing it, and I want to get somewhere super quick, super fast. And what I do is I send this guy flying out, then I take this guy, which is my infiltrator, the number 4 infiltrator, and see what he's got down on his implants. Safe fall 5. What does a safe fall 5 do? Normal fall damage now starts at 75 meters. Lethal fall starts at 230 meters. You take a reduced damage when vehicles collide with you. So a mag rider can run over me and it'll have almost no effect. I can drop from a Mosquito going full speed, as long as the surface that I'm running up against is fairly close and horizontal. Yeah, even if I hit a wall, I can pretty much survive it. It's when I'm like above like 100 meters and I'm flying 100 meters a second or something like that, or 100 meters an hour, whatever, I can actually not survive that fall. But most I can. And I can almost tell whenever I'm dropping out of a vehicle, out of an air vehicle, if I'm going to survive the fall. But I'm now to the point where I can actually fly, and if I want to drop to a specific location, I can pick the exact time to drop out of the vehicle and land there. It's getting to be that good. And so I can get right on the flag from Mosquito going full speed and land, and you'll see me doing some of that stuff. I'll just do it for the fun of it, because it looks like these guys aren't coming back and there isn't anything going on good here. So I'll go ahead and give you an example. So I'm going to pick a base, flag I would like to touch. Let's try bunkers. I don't like to touch stuff that's got people on it. So let's go to, say, the next flag, Kessel's Crossing. So we got that right there. So I light and then I respawn at the amp. And there's no telling, you might not be even hearing any of this, and I'm just having a huge ego trip. But, you know, it's not an ego trip. I'm teaching you something. And I'm having fun. And half of that is being the human podcast. Maybe I inform somebody, maybe I inform nobody, you know. It's you gotta have that attitude whenever you do podcasts, because then you'll just always be talking, and it won't even matter if people are watching or not. I mean, because that's fun, is just talking. Talking's fun. Being seen isn't as much fun, because then you have to watch your back, you know, because you're famous, and then people are like out to get you and stuff, and stalkers, and you know, or people meet you on the street and it feels really awkward, and they say, "Oh, I watch your podcast all the time," and then you say, "You like my such and such podcast?" and say, "Oh, you must not be the guy I'm thinking of." No. That probably never happens, but you know. Okay. Alright. So we'll just do an example. And there, I'm not really far enough that I can demonstrate this effect all that well. But we'll just try to pretend like we're demonstrating it. Okay. So I'm okay. Drop. Okay, I'm there. Okay, I'm on it. Now I have to figure out, oh yeah, it's this space. I can't figure out, oh, there we go. And so I go down below. And we're on it. We're on it. Yeah, that's what I was saying. We're on it. We're on it. This guy's getting ready to go, and then he's going, oh crap, somebody's on the flag. And I'm going to add insult to injury and put some of these things around here, maybe, if I can. There we go. I'm going to put a few of these around, just to let them... Okay, I'll keep one for later. And there's their motion beacon, the one I just told you about. I use everywhere. Don't leave home without it. I'm trying to remember the name of the guy that used to do that commercial. He used to have this TV show where he played like a reporter or something. I don't remember his name. All I can remember is Mary Tyler Moore's boss. His name is Bob something or other. So see, that's what it gets you. And if there's planes following me, they're going to be trying to shoot me down. They're not going to get any candy. They're not going to get the candy because I'm going to drop out. And unless I miscalculate, I'm not going to die on that fall. And then they're going to go looking around all over the place trying to find out where I fell, because they didn't see that what you see with Valkyries, where you get a drop pod look and they know where you drop. They don't get that, and so they leave away thinking you probably died there. And the hex is not going to show your color missing for it'll disappear within like 30 seconds. So they don't even hang around to see your color disappear. They go to another hex because they're out there. They want to kill stuff. They're not interested in what it's doing for the faction. They're intent on killing stuff. It's all Call of Duty. It's not. There's no tactics here. They're not going to wait around. Only the younger players are going to get the dark light and go hunting around for it. But I always have an alternate thought in my mind is what if this is not successful? What are the alternative things that would support my reason being here? And that is to attract more of the enemy to the base so that they're not being useful elsewhere. Okay, it's one of the tactics of putting worms on the internet is to it affects things financially. Hello. It affects things financially because it affects countries financially to have worms on the internet. That's kind of it's a financial terrorist attack. It brings networks down. It's probably what somebody, if they were a Luddite terrorist, would do. You know, intent on causing the world much grief, which turns out to be a win-win for all tech people in the world, because they're probably not going to be able to deal with it today, so they can go home and watch some TV and have some time with the kids. There's your Luddite terrorist at work right there, working on worms to fill the internet slow everything down so people stop using the internet for a period of time and go off and do fun stuff with their family, you know. And the only people you're really terrorizing there are the organizations that rely on the data, which could be a hospital that's needing to get some information about a patient. But what I would do in that case is not depend on the internet. I would use a alternate net. I would set up your own network for things that are life. Whenever life's on the line, you don't want to use the internet. Okay, the internet is not for fault tolerant. You don't want to depend on the internet for fault tolerance. My brother got his degree in fault tolerance. That's what he did. Fault tolerance is about multiplying your processors, multiplying your networks. If one network fails, if two networks fails, three networks fails, you have to have a policy in place to say if all the networks fail, it's going to be very, very, very unlikely. But if it's the internet and that's your only lifeline, you're fucked. Because once a worm hits there, you're fucked. Okay, that the blackouts, rolling blackouts that happened in Texas, where we were just like, we only had power like every other hour, was because the stupid idiots and the corporations didn't have a worst case scenario policy in place. They were not thinking about the worst case scenario. What if it got all of a sudden really cold whenever they're on their downtime working on stuff and they don't have, they don't have alternate forms of energy coming in. And it was all self-contained, and they didn't want to be federally regulated, so they chose to do rolling blackouts, which I would say is grounds for a lawsuit. I would say if a number of people died as a result of that rolling blackout, I would know who to sue. I'd sue every power company. I would sue the entire Texas ERCOT. They would get penalties after penalties, lawsuits. That's who I would pursue, because they're the guys. It's their fault for not wanting to be regulated by the federal government. See? So it rests on them. If they didn't have a policy in place to guarantee that we had power in place and some people died during that blackout, they're fucked. Okay? They are 100% fucked as fucked can be. And they know that. They probably are sitting in courts right now settling lawsuits with people that are bringing like $10 million lawsuits against them because they didn't have a policy in place to deal with what if the wind turbines blades were to freeze. They probably have people write up a contract, but I don't think that would cover this. It better not happen again. Because if I was a doctor and I was in Texas and there was no backup power generator, but it's actually, you know what, I take that back. I now remember they only did that to the residential areas. They didn't do it to the businesses and the hospitals. So they were trying to cover their costs. But still, if somebody was living at home and say they're, I don't know, have a CPAP device, and all of a sudden in the middle of the night their rolling blackout happens and their CPAP doesn't work and they die, good reason to go out and bring a lawsuit against ERCOT. See? Because they weren't expecting that to happen, that policy to happen. They probably have insurance to cover those kinds of lawsuits, but so those guys came in, they took back the base, and I just let them have it. I'm talking. It's my fault. So these guys over here are going crazy because I just dropped the ball. I could have come in there and taken it, if I had just shut my gab. But NC won it, fair and square. So half of what I'm trying to teach here is just to let go of your assumptions. To don't assume. My history teacher would say this: don't assume because you make an ass out of you and me. So don't assume that the flag's going to get taken. There are people here to take it. Um, because if there's no enemy there and you see it just red and it says 1 to 12, don't assume that that's going to be a squad. Assume that's just one guy, because I'm that guy. That's what I do, is I just go and I drop like I did then. So they're able to get this back, but I swear they're not going to be able to make it last. It's going to eventually the NCs are going to get it. I'll just sit here and wait until it gets down to 0, and then I'll take the flag again. This time, I won't be sitting here jabbering away because, I did something dishonest, but I had other things to talk about that were more important. So, I thought was more important. Some other people watching this thing probably lost interest in me gabbing about this stuff and left, and because they're only wanting to see me die is really what most people are attracted to my channel. Is they just want, is Batman going to die in this, and who's going to kill him? That's usually what happens. There are some guys that like to watch these, or they like whenever I text, whenever I go into the faction chat and I'll text and it'll be some ego trip. They'll be in there and telling me to shut up, and just like the other day I said, he says everything you say is dumb, and I said, okay, so tell me something smart, and the guy couldn't tell me anything smart because he was afraid that if he said something that he thought was smart, then other people would think he was dumb. See? And that's the problem. It's the fear of being dumb. It's the fear of being rebuked. That's fine. If you have knowledge and you can pass it forth, and I make a mistake, then I'll go, oh wow, my mistake, and then I'll go back and I'll research it. There are people that'll say you're stupid, and I'll say, well then how so? Because if you're not willing to rebuke me, then if you're not willing to tell me where I'm wrong, then it doesn't make anybody better. It just says that I'm stupid according to you. It's your opinion. So I'll say it's your opinion. And so if they don't have any depth to they're just heckling. If they say something specifically, why didn't you realize that such and such, and you give them some information, and I go, oh wow, thank you. And then you informed everybody. See, and that's good. That's a sign of a good person whenever they rebuke and they give information. But whenever they rebuke and they don't give any information, it's not rebuke, it's heckling. And they would not share good information with everybody, and the reason why is because they don't want everybody to be informed. And that's the sign of a bad person. A bad person will not inform you about stuff. For a number of reasons. One is they don't want to, if it's bad information, then somebody will rebuke them. But if they're a good person, they'll say, oh, it's my bad. I didn't realize that. And, you don't say all, I mean, to walk away from it and you go, well, everybody has their, you learn from it, you see. But the people who will not rebuke you with deep information, those are the people that don't want to learn. They have no interest in learning. It's all political. It's all ego. It's just like Trump. He'll tell people are stupid, and people will believe him when they say they're stupid. The other people will say, "Oh, those people are stupid." A lot of people were saying you got to stay away from those neolibs, and everybody's saying, "Well, they're liberals, neoliberals." They're thinking neoliberals. A neolib is a libertarian, I've come to realize. A neo-libertarian, not a liberal. A libertarian doesn't believe in big government. They believe in small government. A neolib is somebody, evidently, who is pro-corporation. And that's when the Republicans are saying neolibs, they're talking about people that are against people that are for small government like conservatives, but are for no restraints, no oversight, nothing. Those are not your good guy conservatives. Those are libertarians. They're looking for no oversight, no nothing. big corporations controlling everything, no government whatsoever to keep them from taking the resources, from abusing the workers. You know, those are not your friends, those neolibs. But they're not liberals, you see. They're libertarians, you see. Liberals are also on the same side of the conservatives because they don't want to be get abused by corporations. But the liberals want bigger government and the conservatives want smaller government because the smaller, tighter means more efficient. The liberals might be okay if the government was putting out more programs. The conservatives say, well, there goes my tax dollars. And then they support the police. But the police are part of those services. If you take the police out, then you want to talk about privatized security officers. And the conservatives would be supporting your own police department, and you would be on a subscription system as well as with the fire departments. I think they actually had things like that. Movie outlets used to be that way. When a movie came out, it only came out at a specific theater because it was, you know, like Randolph Hearst had his own Hearst. He had his own Hearst theaters, and only his films got shown at his theaters. That's what you would do. That's what would happen if, you know, if you didn't have any standards, or if you didn't have any. And a neolib would probably say, you know, I don't need standards. I don't need a police department. I'll have my own guns. I'll have my own women. I'll be like the Old West. I'll just, you know, do whatever I consider to be good and right. I'll have my money. I won't need any lawyers to pass the money across. There won't be anybody, you know, just as long as I'm not killing any people. And, you know, if I'm assuming something, he'd rebuke me, come out and say, well, you know, well, you can't do this in this podcast because I'm not that way. But did we win? We won. Okay. So I'm playing TR, and I'm going to be playing TR until I hit 75, and then I'll probably go and take it up with NC, because every time I join VS, everybody always like poo-poos me over there because it's where all the professionals end up, is on VS. There used to be this poster that said, the poster basically lists the different factions, and NC's consider hard mode, TR is like in the center, and VS is easy mode. And the reason why VS is easy mode is because their guns shoot straight. They're very flashy and flamboyant. There's the reason why VS guys tend to prefer to be snipers, is because their guns are so loud and gaudy. They have to be very discreet. Whereas the NC guys, all they have are shotguns, and they only get one shot, and it's loud as fuck, you know. But they also have a choice of the other weapons too, but it's got bullet drop. They got bullet drop, you know. Unless they're using a shotgun, they're dealing with bullet drop, and the VS guys don't. So that was pretty good. Okay. And I told him 25 minutes. I told him, wouldn't it be nice if we won this, you know? And we did. Wasn't that great? I had nothing to do with me. Yeah. let's put some stuff on there. Heavy aircraft. Right. Put, oh. Let's see. Is there some other places we could put this stuff? That might be okay. Put some, we'll put a light aircraft there, some support. It will expand out in a second here. Support. And, Ascent's gonna want some, you're gonna want some, mobile. And, some support. Some light. And let's give them some light aircraft. And some heavy. Heavy. And do the combat. Install the combat. I need to get some more stuff because I'm running out. I like to get lots of green, and I'll get that whenever I get a base that has like split peak pass or something, which is I think on this. Is this Zamrish? Yeah, this is Zamrish. If I was to get split peak, if I can get split peak, is that possible? Yes. If I got split peak, then that would get me some stuff. So I probably better get to it. So I said I would not be jabbering a whole lot. I'll get down there, and I like to do this guy by going to East Hills and just getting a Sunday, the usual thing. But that's my go-to. It really depends on which gate I'm playing. If the map is not expanding and I happen to be on the... Yeah. So, hold on, let me get my brain together here and stop being so scatterbrained. Get my brain together. Okay, is this right? No, I need the Sensor Shield 5. I ruined everything that last game. That's what I want. Okay. So, not to say that somebody might be watching, they might decide to kill me. That's always the risk you run with streaming, unless I can find some site that'll let me delay my... I don't think you can redirect the feed to a different YouTube channel. It'd be great if YouTube supported the ability to delay your feed like 10-20 minutes so somebody couldn't come and get you. There's probably a way to do that, I don't know. So, this is my favorite. I know by... on every single character I've got the macros set up the same way so that I know what Sunday I'm picking. What I like to do with this guy, I was fighting some really good, well-organized squads earlier, and when we were on this map, I guess it was last night, and they use spawn beacons. So I'm gonna bring this guy up here as close to C as I can possibly get him. I'm probably just gonna... Alright, it worked. So I'm gonna go up here and then drop this guy here. See, he's just practically there. And permissions locked. And now I know what I'm supposed to do, because it doesn't usually work. The thing that's really great is whenever you're doing what I'm doing right now, talking to you, things just fly better, because somehow it has something to do with the synergistic responses of your hands while you're talking. They tend to work better. And so if you're talking, then you're gonna, even though you're a little bit scatterbrained, when you do something, you do it like super effective, because your hands are kind of like, I know your brain's someplace else. We can handle that, you know. We'll do it. You just keep talking. We'll get it. We'll fix this sucker. We'll get it going. Okay, that's my slingshotting. The slingshotting is you go to the side as you're flying across. Now, even though I could do it, I'm probably not going to do it, and that is use the... I'm going to go to A directly this way, because it is faster than using the jump pad. But time is of the essence, you know, as they say. And even if I die, then remember my Sunday is just right there at C. It's not like it's going to cost me a whole lot of time. Now, if I lose my Sunday, then I'll say, hey, I got viewership. Because that's the only way that could have possibly happened. You know. I get a little bit happy and sad at the same time. It's like, oh well, viewership. Not as if I'm going to make a bunch of money off of my feed. It isn't that. It's just, you know, it's having fun. That's what whenever I play games with my mom, play dominoes, the one thing we say is that the important thing here is to have fun. It has nothing to do with points or winning or anything. Just as long as you have fun. You know, that's the important part. So, no. And you gotta think that way, because there are times in my life whenever I just always thought, and it's easy to fall back into it, you know, that winning is all it counts. Because if that's all that counts, you're gonna end up having a pretty sad life. You know. It's the journey that makes life fun. It isn't the end result or the, you know. You may end up in a coffer's great. What is it? An impoverished. You know, what happened to my good old friend Amadeus Mozart? You know, he ends up in a mass grave. Nobody can find his body because he didn't have a big old funeral. He died in He died with a lot of poor people that were thrown in the same grave. So, he had a good life. He had a sad life. He had fun. I mean, it's always bad in the end unless you die in your sleep, you know. So what's getting taken? And so this is what I like to do. This is my favorite game to play with newbies. It's called I see what you're taking, I'm going to take this. I see where you're hanging out, so where is he going to go next? So I sit here and wait until he takes the next flag, and then I take the flag he just took. Okay? So he took D. He's going to come out, and he's taking B. And so I'm going to drop down and take... I'm actually going to wait until he gets to A, and then I'm going to take D. And hopefully you didn't see me do that. Well, now there's two of them. Now I'm in trouble. Because that guy's probably going to drop down and get me because I'm up there. Other game you can play is you can decide not to spawn, and then they don't see you in the hex, but you still have a Sunday. So I'm out of the hex. So I go back to standard spawns, and let's see if I'm in there anymore. I'll give it some time. So there's nobody there, and they have to wait. Look how many purple there are there. Oh, wow. And I can't even talk to faction right now because I'm dead. So let's just wait until my red is gone, because I'm pretty sure I was the only guy up there. So they have to wait like a minute and 30 seconds, which I bet a million they will not wait for. Because since I'm no longer in the hex, but my Sunday's still there, my color will disappear eventually here. I'm just gonna hope that it disappears. That nobody like spawns on the Sunday. See how long it takes for my color to disappear. It's still there for some reason. I wonder why. It's telling me you should spawn here. I'm pretty sure it, well, look, there's just, yeah, but they're, see, it's here. Am I the only guy on the map? It looks like I'm the only guy here. And I'm just gonna give him, I'm just gonna play stupid and just go ahead and take, I'm not gonna take C. I'm gonna go over here and I'm going to give them the false benefit, and that is I'm gonna jump to B, and or maybe I'll jump to, oh, you know what, I'll have some fun with them. This is really a lot of fun to play. It's called drop C4 on air vehicles that think they're in yeah. Oh, haha. Can I survive this? See, if they kill me, then they'll say, oh, we got him, and then we can leave. That's the way they think. But they didn't kill me. And I'm taking a flag. Which just makes it really hard for them. I mean, not really hard. It just, they realize they have to come back. It's like, oh man, we were so wanting to do this. I'm going to go up here, and then I'm going to go up here, use the jump pad, jump over to B, and try to get that, maybe. I'm flying by the seat of my pants here. So, with that, and then we fly to A. Now, they've already flown away like I guess I didn't get the flag. Is that what they're thinking? Because they're going to find out pretty quickly that I got the flag and they can't take the other flag. That would be a cool trick, just to let it be at that. They're still not, this is still not going to register on the map if this happens. See? Now, that if I took C first, then they're going to know I was at C. That my Sunday must be near C, which is the reason why you don't want to. This is like something out of Princess Bride. If I choose my cup in front of me, therefore you are thinking that that's my cup, and therefore you would always make it. And it says, don't, what was it? Don't play, don't play with, don't gamble with the Sicilian when death is on the line. Now, where was he? It says, your logic is very, so it was in his class all the time. No, I got into a, what was he said? I gained a tolerance to arcane powder. This is funny. It's the funniest thing in the world. That greatest movie ever. One of, and Mandy Patinkin, he's great. He's on Twitter. He's still fantastic, you know. He's got to be my #1 favorite actor on Twitter because he's still real. I mean, he's so real. I mean, most actors are just, you know, they get their staff to fill in their Twitter feed for them. They don't mind it at all. Mandy, man, it isn't even him. It's his son that gets involved in the process, and And his son is so funny, you know. And this is like, so what are we doing today? And this is, we're going to be a plumber. And it says, and what is your feeling about plumbers today? And it says, they're my hero. And it says, how much how good a job is much better than being an actor. This is a great attitude, you know. So I drop off of that, and I have to do this because I think my health is down. I'm not sure. So in this case, you got to keep your ears peeled. Oh, you know what it is? It wasn't my health. It was that my Sunday wasn't refreshed. If I don't refresh the Sunday, and this would be a good reason to turn off all the audio assets for your FX. It's because if you have the music and all that other crap on, you're not going to hear junk like people getting into their vehicle, you know. And so these guys are doing the C, and they need the C and the D, and they just got the A and the B, and he's probably going to take the B. Is my guess. I'm going to drop down on the B whenever he's trying to take the C. Now, he was probably at the A, and now he's going to come back to the B. He may kill me, but he still doesn't know where my Sunday is. And I'm going to leave him on the A. Now he's taking the C. Now I can take the A. The idea behind this game is to keep them involved, because it isn't that you're trying to win the map, you're trying to keep them from going on to the next base. And the longer you do it, the more people there will be to come and help you, because they realize there needs some help here. So there's going to be a guy coming from C here, because now I know there's two guys, and they're playing the two-man deal. And it's just me, maybe another guy, and then there's definitely two guys here and three other guys, three VS guys. And they haven't fixed the gens, which means the tanks are going to... Some of them might be using their infravision if they have that rare. I have all the rares, or practically all of them. And the reason why... So... Okay. This is not working out for me because, for one thing, the problem is that I let them get C last, and C is where I'm going to show up first. That's where this guy's probably going to, whoever just spawned on the Sunday is going to show up as C. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm not going to come out as a light assault. I'm going to come out as a infiltrator. And the reason for that, an infiltrator with Safe All 5, is so that they can't find, so they won't be hearing shh, 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 and they'll know where the Sunday is, you know. You don't want to give them that benefit. And so I got Sensor Shield 5 and a Safe Fall 5. That means they can't see me on minimap whenever they're putting up their recon. And the Safe Fall 5 means I can drop anywhere I like. But I have to be quick about it because they probably have somebody over at East Hills, which they don't. Which is what they would need to do. But they might have a Sunday over there. They might have a Sunday, and if they do, then they can get on that flag quick and they would get it, but it might not last for them. And maybe somebody from our team gets over there. So there would still be an advantage in my case. So I'm going to drop here. And so... and put up a... Now they know what my class is. And I zoom in. Hopefully they don't have a Sensor Shield 5. This is what that's my biggest prayer, is they don't have a Sensor Shield 5. Because if they do, then I'm screwed, and then, you know, I have to really keep my looking. It's very rare that somebody's going to use a Sensor Shield 5. I always use them. Yeah, so put one there. Now he's over there, now I'm over here. It's a lot slower. But now I can get them away from C, which is, now that they're coming down here to kill me, I can get up and I can jump to B or something. And so I do that. And I let them think that I'm an infiltrator. I go back to the Sunday, because you can't keep that up as an infiltrator. You can't keep that game going as an infiltrator. You got to do the light assault again. And so now I'm doing this. I'm pretty sure there's not a guy there sitting there listening for me. And I'm not going to use that. I'm going to go past. And I'm using my hearing to make sure there's no guy behind me so that he doesn't know. And that guy goes all the way down to D. There's probably just him. It's just him and me. So I take B. So now he thinks my Sunday might be on the B side, maybe? Or that I walked all that way up and he didn't see me? Because he still thinks that I'm in... But he should know by now because he's hearing it. Shh. So I'll fly to C. And unless he's really smart, he's probably not going to guess that I'm a pro at light assaulting. And then he's going to hang out on A, and I'm just going to let him hang out on A. Because he'll figure that's the last, that's all I need is that A. And they fixed the generators. Note. So I'll go down here and I'll trick the generators. He'll come down, and I'll go, probably, either I'll kill myself and get back on the... I probably won't. I'll just probably let him kill me. He feels like he accomplished something. I look and see which flags he took. So he sees me flying through the center of the map. I'm just going to go to the other generator. Let him sit over there and be useless. Because he's going to eventually realize that. So now somebody takes up. Is that him? And did he just get that? Now he's, wow, that's smart. I'm not that good at air too. Oh, no, that was a new guy. So you just showed up on that. He's still sitting on A. He didn't even bother to go over to take B. He's not going over to take C or D. Now he's taking C. And are we going to get a D? Any D action? So I'm going to have to take him down because I really don't need that big map. So he's got A and let's see, B and D. So we got B and D to work with. And I'll go up here. So he's flying from base to base as an air vehicle. He's going to be surprised once I drop C4 on his air vehicle. And that's what's going to happen. Okay. So I'm going to wait until he gets in the air vehicle. So it gets in the air vehicle. And, he's going to have to realize that he's playing with a pro here. Now, his air vehicle's hurting. I didn't get that C4 on spot on. But he's like, this guy's flying around. I need to be flying around too. But he's thinking that he knows that I'm light assaulting. He just doesn't know how fast I'm light assaulting. I mean, he probably wouldn't even see that coming. He knows I'm playing unfairly. He just doesn't know how I'm playing unfairly. Oh, I didn't get the C. Let's drop down and get the D. Oh, you see, now they know who's here. My team starts showing up. That's how you know the game's over. Is whenever I've been holding it this long, and there's a motion beacon right there, and I can get rid of it. I can see it. There's probably guys sitting there saying, I hope he doesn't find my motion beacon. I got it. Oh, thank you. Hey, that... Yeah, oh, no. Now they're gonna... unless these guys are really good at killing off my homies, this is the end of the game for them, you know. Okay. So A's going, and oh, I need to take care of this guy because he thinks that he's getting somewhere with this. Oh, look at that. They didn't get my Sunday. Because that's not my Sunday. My Sunday's somewhere else. Now, they might get my Sunday. Oh, there's contested. Oh, neat. I wonder how they contested that. He's probably sitting behind that. Okay, I'm going to go over here to A. I probably didn't look well enough, because the only way that you can do that is if you're visible. You can't do that while you're invisible. You got to be sitting somewhere. My eyes was probably just wasn't seeing things, right? Okay, I don't need to be there for him to do that. He's doing it fine. I'll get to see in a second. Oh, there's a guy. Ah, there we go. Oh, you got me. And then he's like, "Oh, I got bat." It's Matthews 12. This guy he's a loser. I don't know. If he's watching me now, then he's not so much of a loser. See how that worked? Enter. Back out. Now Matthews always says that I'm like trash, but I say, and my answer to that is that, well, I'll Iggy you, and so much for that. Didn't go very far. He probably sat back here, you know, probably doing that. The thing that Matthew doesn't realize about me is he doesn't know that I have skill. He doesn't want to, this guy is I mean, he's not a loser, he's just, he's an ego trip. And I'm an ego trip, but I'm a justifiable ego trip. Because I'm older. And what do they say about older people? What your mother tells, what you're supposed to know, is that you're supposed to respect your elders, right? So, and that guy didn't respect me at all. Oh, Bambata. African Bambata. I wonder what Bambata means, because it's Bam Bam. Bam Bam Thank You Man. Wham Bam Thank You Man is another trick that I can pull is to go over and take Michaela. So let's try that. Since it looks like this is going kind of well, we'll go over to Michaela. Let me see if we got it. Oh, it is ours. So what am I trying to take it for? Okay, redeploy. Probably never knew you could do that, you know, be completely engaged on as a light assault and go into that. That's things you learn as you really start to play the game. Is that you can be fully engaged, go and check the map while you're light assaulting. You can do something like that, and then they're like wanting to shoot you down, and they're gonna wait until you fall, and then you disappear, and then they're like, "What the?" So, let's see how good their sniper is. Bombada, can you shoot me down? This should be very easy. Ah, oh, ah, you didn't get me. Hey, you want to try that again? Want to try that again? Can you see where I'm at? Oh. Is he smoking? Because I think I put C4 on him. It's not entirely impossible for me to take out air with C4. I do it quite a lot. I mean, on my good day, I do it a lot. This isn't my good day. I'm kind of not so good right now. So, hey, we can hang out in the sun. I didn't do that right. You see, it isn't my good day. This is not my good day. This is my talk of being Trump-like day, you know, like a diaper, you know, self-absorbed and full of shit. Yeah, that's it. And the funny thing is, when they expect that I'm going to fall, I'm going to do what they expect me to do. It's like target practice for them. For me, it's like light assault practice. And I'm not so good at firing stuff. What I should do, and this would make it more fun for them, is I will see. I have the sensor shield 5, I take off the infravision, put on the counterintelligence, become the pinata. So this is a form of recon. It's not really very good. There we go. I got it set up already. It's my alternate. This is the reason why my Sunday's being found is because everybody's showing up on it. That's the reason why that's so. They see me. That's fine. And that guy has just got. And now he's seen. Now he's going, oh shit, he had counter intel on him. Yep. Because that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, but we almost got the base. That's the thing. They're having to deal with that. Oh, we got that. Now they can't let me get to that jump pad because once I'm on that jump pad, they're not having a good day. See. And I have counter intel on me, so if they start shooting me, then everybody's gonna know where they're at. That's the reason why they don't want to shoot me. Or if they're watching my podcast, they'll know why they don't want to shoot me. And I can see their spawn beacon right there. So I'm out to get their spawn beacon. They're not so concerned about it. And the reason why they're doing that is they're thinking they might actually lose it. Now, you see, Matthew's going to realize that I had counterintelligence on me. And, oh, look at that. They got her Sunday. Okay, that's fine. I'll just put my services elsewhere. Let's see what we can do at the Ascent. Or, at Raven's Landing. This is my other favorite thing to do. I was doing this the other day. It's so much fun. So this is what I do, is I don't try it again, because they're just going to find my Sunday again. So what I do is I try something different. I go someplace different. I realized what I was doing is not going to work again there. I got to try something different. So this is what we're going to do. This is the game. And the game is get a vehicle out here. Assuming that this thing is... So now I just started the drawing board again. Take a mosquito. I got lots of things that I can do. I mean, and if all else fails, and I've told people this, I just end up fighting the enemy, and both of you are my target. You know, that's what you do. It's kind of like, well, I have no options left now but to fight both of you at the same time. So I get that. Hopefully there's no mines here. That's the prayer, is there's no mines there. It's not usually the... So then what we do here, hopefully nobody can see me doing this, but that's not always the case. I go up here, and I move my guy onto the slope somewhere. It's better whenever I'm looking at my mini-map, and I'm not really, because I'm afraid I might actually get found out. So I'm actually gonna play it safe, and I'm gonna wait until this guy stops drifting. He's not. There we go. This is good. Drop. Okay, do it. So I can't wait forever for this to do that. Oh, you see that? Probably no, they didn't see it. You go, oh, good, you know. And so now what you do, and it's the better the further the way. It's the best the further away. The worst thing is the guy can pop on your Sunday and just start shooting shit. So the probably best not to have anything visible for them to see where you've got the Sunday, but then that also makes it easier for the harassers to find. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up as this guy, and maybe I'm going to change out his counter intel, because I don't really need that. It was made more sense on Hazen when we were playing Nazens. We go for infravision. Ooh, I need that. Where is that? Oh, it's over there in the... Yeah, it's in the middle of the field. It's one of the places it likes to go. So... Yeah, this will work. So what I'm doing now is I'm actually having fun because the alert hasn't happened yet. And I just want to get the VS on their toes. And so I was doing this with the NC. The funny thing is the NC, you know, the VS might handle this better, but the NC were just like, where are these guys coming from? And they would say that when they didn't answer the question, they wouldn't even try to go and do research. They were too eager to get to Lithcorp that it just never entered the picture. Is how you got here. And there's one of our guys, because I think he knows what's going down here. What's going to go down here. If he's watching, he's like, hey, I know exactly what he's going to do. That's the reason why he's hanging out here. At least that's the way I like to think about it. And so then you take this. We had so much fun yesterday doing this. And now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to, as a... Okay, I'm going to try to go over here and get on the flag. I'm going to sit here. Now this guy thinks that, oh no, I'm going to take advantage of this guy. Or maybe he goes straight for that bridge to get blown up, which he will if he has his implant. He's going to realize he has no choice but to get blown up. Poor old Hoppy and his friend. Sorry. Like your mom. I like your mom? Is that what he? Let's see. So put one of these guys here. That's not the best place to put it. But okay. All I needed was that. I don't know. Here's a guy. Oh. And he went away. I wonder if he wonders if I saw him. Now he probably, I don't know what was going on there. Let's put it that there. So did he? I was trying to figure out where I'm at. Maybe. No, I think there's two of those guys. Yeah, maybe they're... Nah, Ooh. He was shooting me and I got a knife in him. But you see, the thing is to have a Sunday somewhere whenever you do that. You don't want to come to a base without a Sunday. That's the way I always think is, okay, where am I going to get a Sunday? The thing that that novices don't think is they don't think that you're going to get a Sunday from one of their bases. That's an AT&T move. That's the way AT&T works. They always get their Sundays behind their enemy, and they bring it too. And so, with AT&T, you cannot expect that AT&T is going to work like everybody else, because that's the way they work. They do it unfairly, but it's because the game will let you play unfairly. You can't have these stupid assumptions. You got to get rid of the assumptions. You got to think like the enemy. You know, what is the enemy going to do? And so, I already have my minds out. I mean, well, maybe I'll just go ahead with it. You know, I don't want my whole team to be over there, and I want to kind of until we actually have the alert. I don't want to like actually do anything serious with this. So I keep the Sunday where it's at. I just go up and put some more mines out. Now, does this guy see my Sunday? No. And worse yet, he's just like, hey, look at me. I'm out here. I'm having a fun time. Uh-oh. Not anymore. Look at the whole lot of these guys show up, you know. And I'm not even in their outfit. They're just like, hey, it's you. So this is what's going on over here. That's what they're thinking. He's over here. That's why this happened. Ah, ouch. Oh, now I'm going to want to wear my counter intel. So that guy's like, okay. And now I'm going to get to the bottom of this, you know. And what he doesn't know can hurt him. And that is I'm going to now wear I'm going to take my infravision off. Now, how would he know that I'm there? He didn't know that I had that, did he? Huh? I have Rangers on my Sunday, by the way. Let's try it again. And then I'll just turn off my streaming. You won't be able to do it again, will you? Because that's the reason why you found it. Is that I let you see it. And you think that I'm trying to improve my ratings as a YouTube. If I really wanted to do that, all I'd have to do is pander to my audience. Which is that you want me to die all the time, and I don't. I'm gonna just not do this one. I turned off my stream and you didn't, and that was the end of that. Because that's obviously what happened here. And you lost the benefit of knowing my secrets. And I don't usually stream. You just did it wrong, did you? You're just so eager to be the winner. Yeah, that was the reason why they did it. So now I'm turning my stream off. Because obviously that's what they were wanting me to do.